Hey y'all, I hope everyone has had a beautiful weekend. I'm coming on here to give an energy update for Pisces season. I strongly have intuitively been sensing that this Pisces season is going to be a major turning point when it comes to the relationship with self, okay? So I have pulled a few energies from sacred geometry of relationships as well as my own creation, which is my very first oracle creation. It's called Lock and Key. Okay, it's not available for purchase. It's just something that I use for myself. Okay. So, right off the bat, we have the card Honesty, which is the number 23. And this card states, the energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful and genuine, with kindness and tact. So, throughout Pisces season, I feel many are going to be getting extremely honest with themselves. Radically honest. They're going to be receiving a lot of answers when it comes to their inner workings, their patterns, what their actual truth is. And this is going to open up major doorways. I'm getting the sense of like certain avenues, environments, goals, desires, etc., where people were experiencing like a locked door. They could not open the door because it was locked. It was locked shut. I'm so sorry. That's interesting. I feel like there was a block with expressing one's truth because there has not been a confident understanding of what one's truth actually is, okay? And I feel that has to do with a lot of people allowing the ego to run the show and convincing themselves that things were true for them and right for them that actually were not. They were simply egotistical desires or influenced by upbringing, one's environment, or society's programming. Okay, and so a lot of answers are going to... Oh my gosh, I just realized something, y'all. This door is unlocked, and there's a key right here. So, through one getting honest with oneself, they are then able to be honest with others in the world around them, okay? And through the process of being 100% honest, no matter how difficult that may be, or uncomfortable, it is extremely powerful because it is the energy of truth, and truth is a force of nature. So every single locked door is now going to be instantaneously unlocked. And this is going to bring forth an epiphany that one has been the key to unlocking these doors this entire time. And the key was being radically honest. Allowing oneself to even understand one's own truth. And to have the courage to be genuine enough to express the truth, to speak the truth, to act truthfully in all dealings and endeavors. Okay. This is good energy, y'all. Alright, and so through getting radically honest, one is then able to truly begin understanding what it means to be authentic. So many are going to be fully embracing their authenticity without fear. I feel like there's been a barrier of fear of how one's authenticity may be perceived and received by the world, by their close loved ones, etc. So that has kind of caused people to fabricate themselves, dim themselves down, rather than just rawly express all that they are. So this card is the number 10. Alright? And it says, the energy of authenticity supports our choice to be genuine and truthful in all aspects of our lives, with others as well as ourselves. So, okay, that's almost the same definition. So it's like one getting extremely honest with self, understanding so much clearly about one's truth. So then, and only when that happens, are they able to show up in that way in the world and with others, right? Through getting radically honest and truthful with oneself, one can walk through authenticity. Okay, and authenticity is ultimately the most accurate compass when it comes to navigating one's life, right? Because when you're being authentic, you are honoring your true values, your morals, and you're not compromising those things in order to fit in. And I feel like after these breakthroughs and getting very honest with oneself and understanding themselves on a deeper level, there's gonna be some like surprise tests, some pop quizzes, so to speak. Like, now that you've come into this newfound awareness of yourself, are you going to model that as an embodiment when it comes to your interactions and the way you show up in the world? And so one's going to have to choose. It's going to be like a crossroads. Are you going to continue on the path you've always continued on? Or are you going to choose the higher path, even though it may be more difficult? Even though it may result in you having to leave things and people behind? Are you going to remain true to your highest expression? Even when it's difficult. Okay. So we also got balance, which is the number 12. This says, the frequency of balance supports our ability to find harmony with all aspects of our three-dimensional and multi-dimensional layers of reality. So this is coming in, this is all correlated together, okay? So through this deeper understanding of one's essence, it's allowing one to become extremely mindful and keenly aware of several aspects of themselves. Becoming aware that there's more than just their physical embodiment and their thought process, right? But really understanding the meaning of consciousness in an expansive way, okay? But not only that, but getting really in tune with one's subconscious, things beneath the surface. I feel like through this balance, the conscious mind and the subconscious are going to be merging in such a way where the subconscious is able to filter through into one's conscious awareness, okay? And this is going to make it clear for one to identify the different aspects of themselves, such as one's ego, and when the ego is speaking, right? Integrating the ego, not hating the ego, but learning how to live with the ego. You can't completely get rid of the ego. You can just kind of let it take the back seat. But also facing one's shadows. Being willing to look in the shadows because you're ready for the truth. It's no longer scary, okay? Becoming aware of your blind spots. There's not going to be any more blind spots, okay? But also, through this process, it's like the higher self is going to be fully realized in such a way where, ooh, I have chills, full body chills. One is now uniting with their higher self, integrating the higher self. They have become one with the higher self, okay? Allowing this higher aspect to fully ground into an embodiment. And you can only do that. You can only become one with the higher self once you have accepted and embraced all these other aspects of yourself. Because the higher self contains all of that. The higher self loves all of these aspects and admires all these aspects. There is no judgment. There is no separation or discrimination. All are part of your unified whole. And so you're going to fully understand that this month and come into that harmonious balance. And I feel like that's really going to bring forth a sense of fulfillment where there's no longer this dull feeling of emptiness or hunger for something you're not even sure what that may be. There's no more longing because you have embraced all of you and you have come back home to you. This is really beautiful. And so through accepting all that you are, by understanding you are multidimensional, there are many aspects of you. You're multifaceted, right? Okay, multidimensionality. Becoming fully aware of one's multidimensionality, right? The frequency of multidimensionality activates our awareness of our true essence, which is eternal and multidimensional. So this is like really being at peace with all these different parts of yourself. And not feeling bad about expressing any of those aspects, but rather owning them and honoring them, accepting them, not rejecting them. And through truly understanding one's multidimensionality, I feel it's really going to make one more strongly in tune with the spiritual essence, the spirit, okay? One is going to be led by the spirit. And notice how spirit is part of everything. And when you reject the spirit, when you struggle against the spirit, life can be very tough and difficult. So there's like an energy of surrender. Because through the understanding of one's multidimensionality, It's going to make everyone aware of their true divinity and the power that they actually hold, which is going to burn through so many barriers and lift veils, clearing away like so many distortions and illusions. Especially when it comes to what one has previously believed to be possible for oneself. They're really going to raise the bar, like drastically higher than they ever have. Okay? And this is going to give a sense of confidence for one to truly step into, honor, and embody their originality, to appreciate their originality. So, originality. The frequency of originality supports our capacity to be unique and original creators of unlimited possibilities in every moment. And this may happen for some through some kind of divine intervention, where the path that they were on was not a path that was serving their highest expression. It was very limiting. So they experienced some kind of detour. But that detour was a blessing in disguise, because it shook things up, right? It shook the ground beneath them, or it's going to shake the ground beneath them, and trigger this profound awakening of their originality. What sets them apart in such a way where they are unique in ways that are special to themselves, because everyone has something to offer that no one else can bring to the table. Everyone has a unique essence and gift that only they can offer and bring to the table. And many are going to be awakened to what that is, and that's going to give them a sense of purpose. And not only that, it's going to trigger an awareness of patterns one has played out their entire life that has truly only kept them in this energy of stagnation, sticking to the familiar, staying in comfort zones that aren't very fulfilling, actually pretty boring. And that's really going to, I'm seeing like the Kundalini energy rising, and people's creative life force energy really being felt in a powerful way. And so powerfully that one gets extremely creative about their uniqueness and originality, doing their own thing, calling their own shots, deciding how their story in life will unfold, which is going to cause one to step away from the old patterns and what's familiar and begin strategically stepping into new territory, trying out new things, getting out of those old stuck routines, and just really shaking things up, because that's going to shift the energy in such a powerful way that it creates major expansion. It's like people are just ready to break free this Pisces season. Okay? And through shaking out of these patterns, people are going to be stepping into greater transparency. So the energy of transparency supports our expansion towards a higher vibrational state of being with more insight, honesty, and clarity. Okay? So with this transparency energy, a lot will be illuminated. What was once hidden in the dark is now coming to the light. And I mean that about each individual person. What was previously hidden from one's awareness is going to be loudly brought in front of their face for them to see. And once they have seen what they previously didn't see, it cannot be unseen. And this is strongly tied into victim mentality, in what ways they are operating in victim mentality, giving away their power, and how being powerless has served them in a way that has kept them safe in comfort zones. This is also going to illuminate specific memories from the past that are root causes to specific patterns and beliefs that have kept one stuck and stagnant, not fully embracing their full potential or able to see their full potential, or even give themselves a chance to explore what they're truly capable of. A lot of fears that I'm getting are like ridiculous fears, like are gonna be seen clearly and they're gonna be easily let go of, because people are gonna recognize these fears are not based in reality, not in the present, right? It's strongly connected to past baggage, the memories that are coming to awareness. There's going to be a lot of dots connected, okay? And this is going to be so powerful because everything that previously kept people bound in ways where they felt like it was impossible to move forward or to expand or succeed or become something great are going to be seen as like bread ties rather than actual chains. And so people are just gonna like completely break free and step into this sense of sovereignty. People will be choosing to be sovereign through this transparency. And you know, this is very courageous and brave of people to be willing to get transparent with themselves, to allow themselves to see what needs to be seen, even if it's uncomfortable, because, you know, they discover they've been the wolf in sheep's clothing all along. There's nobody to point the finger at except for themselves. So there will be ownership and accountability through this process. And this is happening collectively. So on some level, which will be different for everyone, this will be experienced. Okay, so through this transparency, comes greater expression. People are truly going to understand what it means to express themselves. I feel like there was like a limited box that people shoved the term expression in, and now they're going to be understanding there are like infinite ways for one to express themselves. So expression, number 19, says the frequency of expression supports our ability to bring out our true essence through many different forms of communication. Okay? So they're going to move beyond believing this expression is only communication. It goes far beyond that, because you can communicate in so many different ways. Through body language, through your energy levels. You can express yourself with your intentions. People are going to be releasing clear intentions because they have stepped into this transparency, this radical honesty, this originality, this authenticity. And they're going to send powerful waves out into creation, because this newfound, this explosion of inspiration is going to finally be unleashed from within them. And whatever they were holding back from expressing will no longer be able to be contained. It's going to be blasted out, and confidently, okay? I'm also getting that this may result with people discovering talents they never knew they had, or possibly bringing old hobbies back out from the shadows that they gave up on in the past because of illusionary rules. It's too late for me to do that. I'm too old. There's too many people already doing that. That's gonna be like washed away and seen as ridiculous. But I'm getting like a lot of people are going to be using their voice to speak truth, to speak up about things that many people have ignored in the past. Be a voice for others, be an advocate of some kind. But also, I feel there will be many that are writing books. I feel like there's a lot of people that could seriously write like an amazing book just on their own life experiences. There's going to be a lot of journaling. Journaling will be extremely helpful through this process. That is one of many powerful ways to express yourself, especially when it comes to your thoughts and emotions. You don't want to keep all these thoughts in your mind. You want to write them down on paper so you can move them out of your mind and have that quiet peace you deserve. And it's important to let emotions out. Sometimes we need to write about how we feel or how someone made us feel. Or write so we can understand how we're feeling and what we're desiring, what we're missing, what needs are not being met, etc. And so that will be a powerful tool to begin fully tapping into what it means for one to express themselves. And this is going to require the willingness to be vulnerable, to strip yourself bare naked and allow yourself to be seen in your fullest expression. No more wearing a mask, no more fabricating, no more dimming your light, no more trying to fit in, no more standing in the shadows of others. And I feel like through this movement of energy of more people expressing more of themselves, expressing more out into creation, people are really going to be becoming more strongly aware of the telepathic nature we all share and how we are all connected in this way. The language of energy and frequency. Transmitting and receiving thoughts and emotions. People are going to be becoming a lot more sensitive and tapping into subtle energies. And I feel like this is going to be like some kind of turning point for, like, humanity, like, in a very positive way. It's going to allow people to have greater empathy and compassion, and to be more mindful of that which they are giving out energetically. Also, this is making me feel like people are going to... Okay, hold on, yep. So here we go. So this card, telepathy, there's a message in a bottle, right? We have the inspiration card. There's going to be a lot of inspired ideas received by many. And people are finally going to trust themselves enough to bet on themselves and take action on these inspired ideas, because it's going to create a flame to be ignited within, like a burning passion that previously was suppressed, through letting go of those old stuck patterns and shaking things up. That fire is gonna come up roaring and ready to be utilized, and there's gonna be no hesitation. So there's gonna be a lot of new inventions, there's gonna be a lot of new systems, creative businesses, new ways that the world will be operating. That may be a little bit surprising, but it's going to be so beautiful to witness, because it's going to encourage those that are the frontliners that begin doing this, which I feel like is going to be surprising individuals you would least expect. They are going to be such an inspiration to others, right? Of what is truly possible. And that's going to allow people to expand beyond limitations, seeing that it's only the mind that's the true limit, okay? Limitations go way beyond the sky. And they're going to spread their wings and fly because of that. And through this expression, people are really going to be understanding they are magnetic, and what it means to be magnetic, and how being magnetic attracts things to you. And so they're going to understand how they have encountered certain situations and experiences throughout their life through what they were magnetizing in, based upon their level of consciousness and their vibrational frequency, their emotional state of being. So we have attraction here. The energy of attraction amplifies the qualities that attract and support us on our journey toward inner balance and harmony. And so through this, like, freedom of expression, people are going to be consciously and deliberately making sure they are attracting in the right energies. Therefore, they will be giving out that which they wish to receive in return. They're going to understand that concept. And this is going to allow many to step into a greater level of self-mastery. There's a crown here. So this is strongly connected to the crown chakra. I feel people are really going to be mastering how they are spending their energy resources, how they are paying attention to things, the directions in which they are giving their conscious attention. They're going to understand the importance of being mindful of that, of being intentional with that. And through that mastery, they are going to draw in. Okay, these dice are making me think of, like, rather than allowing life to just happen to them like they always have. Or you, I'm saying them, I don't know. I mean everyone. Instead of allowing life to just happen to you, you're going to start directing your life, setting the tone. Be willing to take risks in order to open up profound opportunities you otherwise would have never came close to if by just allowing life to happen to you. Allowing life to choose for you. You are going to start choosing. You're going to start betting on yourself and rolling the dice. Okay? Not allowing some outside force to just decide for you. And because of that, and your willingness to take risks and do things differently, to bet on yourself, so many new beginnings are going to open up for you. This is reminding me of the new moon. I feel like this is connected to the Pisces new moon. I feel so leading up, there's going to be this letting go period during the Virgo full moon, which is the 24th and the 25th, depending upon where you're located in the world. But in the US, it is on the 24th. There's going to be a period of reaching this state of completion, right? Where all these outdated contracts are coming to an end. There is major endings happening. And this has to do with the individual self. This doesn't really have to do with big blow-ups with other people. This is you ending how you've always lived. Ready to truly begin living. It's like people coming into the understanding they have not truly been living. And now they can finally live. Lively. People are becoming alive, for real. So now they're ready to take risks because they've been playing small. They've been tiptoeing and being way too careful. And now they're gonna feel like there's not really much for them to fear. Like, what truly is there to be afraid of, right? The only way you can fail is to never try. So all these opportunities for new beginnings will be coming in, and not only that, abundant new beginnings. Everyone's ability to be magnetic to abundance in all forms is going to be amplified. It is going to be so expansive. Because they're going to finally be embodying the energy of abundance, knowing they already are abundant, they always have been. It was an illusion from living in a state of not having this, not being able to do that. They were excuses, and people are going to understand that and understand there is always abundance available because they are abundance. We are all abundant. And by believing in that and deliberately looking around at all the abundance around you that's available for you, that's already been received by you, it's going to increase even more abundance, invite in so much more abundance. And I feel like this is a really generous energy too. Rather than people holding on really tight to, let's say, finances and money because they're afraid that it could be all they have left. they're going to be more generous and be more willing to share the abundance, to spend that money on what they want to do, on living adventurous, being spontaneous, knowing that that money is going to return back to them through honoring the expression of their desires, being willing to spend on that. It's going to come back times 10, right? Because that is honoring one's authenticity. That is honoring one's honest desires. Okay? And so, this is leading up to one truly embodying freedom. The energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. Have I not basically said that this entire reading? People are understanding there are infinite possibilities. I feel like there's going to be a drastic decrease in fearing the unknown. People are going to see the unknown, the mystery of the unknown, as less daunting and more exciting, okay? Because they're going to understand all the potential that actually exists in the unknown. That's where mystery is created. They are going to express themselves freely because they're going to recognize that they truly are not bound by anything except for their mind and their beliefs of being stuck or bound by anything. And they're going to set themselves free. They're going to get curious and they're going to begin exploring new avenues, new ways of living, new ways of operating that give them a sense of purpose and meaning in life. And that is a beautiful thing. And this is all coming because of this clean slate. Wiping the slate clean by getting radically honest, transparent, owning one's originality, embodying one's authenticity, expressing oneself fully, letting go of everything that is not who they truly are, dropping the identities they have carried for reasons that had nothing to do with who they are at the core, but rather they absorbed from their surroundings or morphed into in order to fit in. Okay? And with this freedom, people are going to understand how to alchemize energies. And that the truth of the matter is we are all alchemists. We can transform the bad into something good. There's always something good you can find in every situation. So, for example, people are going to find a greater sense of freedom through understanding they get to apply the meaning to all things, situations, and experiences that they encounter. They own the rights to apply their very own meaning, and they can apply a meaning that is beneficial, that is of a positive stance, of an energy that is working for them in their favor rather than happening to them, working against them. There's going to be a complete shift in perception with this, okay? Because it's like, okay, I wasn't seeing this before. This is a magnifying glass, obviously, and this says clarity. Getting like the third eye of many is going to be blown wide open, and they're going to begin seeing things they never saw before. relying on the mind's eye, trusting that over what they see with their physical eyes, trusting the material environment around them, because they're going to understand that the third eye can see beyond all of that into what's truly possible, what's truly available, which is limitless opportunities and possibilities, infinite possibilities and opportunities. And by exploring that through imagination and calling things forth in that manner, one's truly going to feel free. Okay? I feel like many are really going to be understanding their intuition as well, especially those that previously never really understood the concept of intuition and were very logical, a matter of fact type of person. They're going to be in tune with their intuition, okay? And throughout this whole Pisces season, people are going to finally be crossing the bridge to the other side through realizing they are the bridge to the other side. It's like experiencing a completely different reality and world through all of what is illuminated throughout this Pisces season. And this bridge is able to be crossed because the integration of union. Number 44. The energy of union activates our ability to unite our outer and inner aspects toward a state of wholeness. Okay? And this isn't just going to be a conscious expansion, a conscious awakening. It's going to be an embodiment, one that is grounded all the way down into the root chakra to be experienced as a physicality in materialized form. They're going to be a walking embodiment of all I have just mentioned. Through these realizations, through these shifts, through the willingness to surrender and let go of all that is not serving, all that is not even close to one's true potential or their core being, their inner being. They're finally going to get out of their own way and remove these blockages, get out of survival mode, and anchor in this sense of stability, safety, security, right? No longer rigid in how they are moving in this world, in their own world, in their personal lives. This is going to be a powerful shift collectively, and it is going to be witnessed by everyone, because these changes, once they're embodied and integrated, are going to reflect back in everyone's outer reality extremely quickly, because one has embodied and integrated this honesty, this authenticity, this transparency, this originality, this balance. Their multidimensionality through exploring it. And it's going to be fun. So, my best advice for anyone this resonates with is be willing to bet on yourself and have fun during Pisces season, right? Get curious about yourself and the world around you and how you've always operated. And do so from a space of non-judgment. Don't be harsh on yourself and punish yourself when certain realizations are illuminated that aren't your best qualities. Rather, give yourself compassion and give those parts of you love so that you can bring them home, accept them as part of you, and understand that is how one is truly whole. Accepting the good, the bad, the light, the dark. We all have light and we all have dark. And usually one cannot recognize their own light without walking through darkness first. So remember, you are brave and you are the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, y'all, I hope this helps.